So Galio's probably just going to wave clear and not care. And if that gives a free lane to Lucian, and they can play around how strong Lucian is, 1 item, 2 item, sounds like the mid game is going to be the big point of attack for Ever8. And take advantage of just how strong Lucian can be in the early game.
I mean, he is very mobile, so getting that taunt lockdown onto him might have to rely on something like the flash to really pull him in to set up for a gank from Blank, but still, Accepted has been performing so well for Ever8 winners, hasn't translated into too many wins for this squad. But if he can take down Faker, shut that Galio down early, perhaps that's what will be required for Ever8 to pick up a win against SKT.
And our first Ziggs bot lane of the season as well, trying to just push in Bang, do their best Gigabyte Marines impression. Comeback will be on the Zyra here. A lot of magic damage, a lot of burst in the bot lane. Interesting draft, different than expectations for sure. But Ever8 winners, you got to take chances against SKT, and they're taking a couple in this draft.
That they are. Let's see if it's going to pay off, see if they can put a win on the board as we go in for Game 1. SK Telecom T1 versus Ever8 winners. OGN just teasing us. Bits and pieces of that intro, still waiting for the full release.
Ever8 fan group.
Nobody starting up
offering
the cheer.
Huh. Surprising there.
When the entire audience is filled with SKT fans.
Yeah, this is definitely both sides being full as...
That looks cool.
That was an Alistair and Faker. That's an interesting duo. There
Maybe
still are some Ever fans here, but not in full voice, that's for sure.
They got to get used to that cheering thing.
Pretty ghosted.
I mean, Antara's getting chunked out. Yeah,
welcome to the LCK.
His way in. Antara's going to go ahead, flashes away, but that's going to be the Undertow resets coming through, and he should be going down. One more hit. There it is. Malrong, as you say, welcome to the LCK. Indeed, the rookie takes down the former CJ top laner.
We saw this sort of creative pathing in Challenger and in Promotions as well. One of the few junglers who would look for level 2s, but you don't usually expect... Remember, this was a level 1, but last week in SKT. Getting in their lanes in order.
And level 6 is here for Bang. If he can land that chain of corruption, you can see he's going to do just that as they leap in. And whoo, Tool doesn't even have a chance to flash. Just gets taken down even with the heal.
He was isolated in that spot as well. Dies. He threw out the W. I guess he was going to try and flash on top of it. Used early. Didn't lead to any rewards. So first kill on
map. Which doesn't sound like a great matchup for him on the Rumble. Blank walking forward, will get rooted, takes a bit of damage. Wolf trying to throw out those shields to keep him alive. The leap away as the redemption comes down. Bang getting ready to join the fray, and Helper comes forward. They'll just exchange spots as Blank flashes to the side, getting away from that flag and drag. And Faker is in the backside, locks up, comeback, will find the first kill of the fight. Hero's entrance coming down, not going to find the pop-up, but the shield is enough to keep Bang relatively healthy. And now SKT maybe posturing forward, looking for this turret. Antara nearly getting popped up, goes into the Zonius, flashes away as the culling comes through from Septed. Keeps himself alive.
Yeah, good rotations there from SKT. It was a 5v4 as Septed was not there. Equalizer was good, both controlling space and burning down comeback. And now they're looking for Malrong.
Yet. Justice punch in onto Malrong. Doesn't have the Ragnarok, already popped it. Now getting taunted, will go down as Blank finds the kill.
Yeah, SKT are playing around the vision they just moved, whereas Ever8 doesn't have that same information. They're kind of all at sea with their shot caller dead. Now they're chasing Septed.
Yeah, Septed trying to get this exchange in onto Bang. Now kiting back, but gets taunted up by Faker yet again and should go down. Can he get the exchange? Yes, he will. Takes out the enemy Varus and somehow is still alive. Justice punch at the end will finally take him down, but a kill that Septed likely should not have gotten.
Nice mechanics to kind of spare his blushes, but was caught in no man's land. That's the bigger problem there, is that while he cleaned up a kill and went 1 for 1, need to be a bit smarter about the fact that they still don't have any defensive vision on their red side or blue side. They had a lot of advanced vision, but the game is being played on SKT's terms, and thus they were flanked multiple times as people just kept getting caught out. Started out with the Kha'Zix appearing to get caught out. They had aggressive teleport coming in, but first Galio comes in, Rumble starts rotating, and the equalizer here is pretty spot on. Faker gets the 2-man taunt. Equalizer means that people can't come to join the fight, and also they just burn down the Zyra. And from there we thought, okay, it's going to be 1 kill, it's going to be over, Septed's going to eventually get to mid lane and start wave clearing. But SKT moved to their vision around the top side as Antara is being targeted in the bot side, and they got 2 more kills out of this.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, no man's land for Septed later on. in this, but also Malrong just getting way too greedy, wrapping around towards SKT, trying to contest for some Raptors instead of just peeling back. And he suffers a death for it.
He thought that SKT didn't have enough information to make that aggressive a move, but they had a ward on the Raptors. They had a ward to spot that Jarvan was going bot lane. They knew that there was no one lying in wait to turn the fight, and thus it was just a free kill on the Olaf, so overconfidence there.
Now Malrong sprinting forward, Righteous Glory down as they try to get in onto Wolf. They will root him, the redemption comes through, but he's going to go down. Duel able to walk up and at least get a tag in onto that Karma before she dies, but Malrong takes the kill.
And this time, punishing Wolf, looking for the same sort of vision they had just a moment ago. Second Drake of the game goes over to SKT. Third, actually.
Third one, yeah, there was the second Cloud Drake for SKT.
On the mid lane turret taken down.
Whittling away at it where they can. Now pinch from the sidelines. Blanket and Dara. Helper getting a little bit feisty. Goes forward with Flag and Drag. Won't find the connection.
Remember, Helper doesn't have a guy.
Oh my goodness! The Strangledor is thrown down. Hero's Entrance coming in, but it's just a bit too late to save the life of Wolf. He falls. Dara very far forward. Gets the overheat. Trying to get that Flame Spitter back up. Incepted goes low. So far, the 1-for-1 as both supports have fallen. SKT, can they try to go back in for more? Faker.
Put that a little bit because you do have consistent damage coming through from your mid laner, soon to hit level 18.
Wow, Warmogs.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Duel going low. That's going to be the Cataclysm coming down, making it for the bomb. And the Equalizer on the backside, and Tara comes up with the kill.
Not much health left on the Ziggs, just burns down. Feels like it has that old base damage it had on release. And now SKT are in a 5v4 scenario. Something you can criticize them for, but for now have not really been guaranteed or granted the sort of fight they need.
Figure coming around the backside. There's nothing else, not quite going to find him. The Chain of Corruption comes
excellent
down.
Equalizer.
Has to pop it. Yes, Equalizer, as you say, just burning away at them. Taunt comes through straight onto Helper as soon as he arrives, but Blank's going to be the first one that goes down in the fight alongside Comeback. Figure still pushing forward, looking for the taunt. Can't quite clip Septed. Just plays on the outer ring of that. Does make it out alive, but still battered and bruised. SKT, Blank dead. The pings are still coming through. They want that Elder Dragon.
Yeah, there's no vision around the Elder Dragon. We talked about how Everett were fighting just...
Oh, that's going to be, yeah, flash forward here. Septed going low. Another Equalizer burning away at the Lucian. And one final piercing arrow takes him out as Bang scoops up the kill. Meanwhile, Faker going forward almost takes out Comeback, looking for a little bit more. Won't be able to find him, but with the way pushing forward in the mid lane, they're just going to be looking for the inhibitor. And maybe even just peeling back to the Baron after that.
Aggression from Bang finds the pick unintercepted. He goes down, and thus no longer is the inhibitor defensible. Burst and more intense. You have the little bit of burn coming through. The cooldown is so short on the Winds of War that it's not a complete junk purchase in the context of this game.
Comeback maybe in a bad spot. Does have to flash over the wall when that taunt comes down. Faker alone could kill him.
Doesn't have a dive buddy like a Rakan or a Jarvan to really dive turrets, so that's why it's a lot more poke from SKT, and that's where the build comes in.
See, they're working on it here. Bang trying to poke out as best as he can. Efficient in clearing out the waves. Will open up for that second inhib. And Everate backs against the wall, starting to struggle.
Don't really seem to have an idea how to go in. They still don't have much threat. There's a Cataclysm.
Cataclysm comes down onto 4 members. Redemption coming through as Wolf almost goes down. It flashes away, but Malrong's into the backside, trying to stick to him like glue to pick up some kills here for the side of Everate, but it's still going to be Septed going down first and foremost, followed up by Comeback. 1 kill picked up for Duel, but he will be answered for, maybe even a quadra kill handed over. Satchel Charge will take him back to the fountain as Bang finds the triple. That was the opening that Everate needed 10-15 minutes ago from Helper. Couldn't find it the entire time, and now they will be losing this game. 42.5 minutes on the clock. They'll complete the ace. Huntara, welcome back to LCK, finds the final kill, and SKT find game 1.
Yeah, by the time the threat was there, by the time they got the engage, there was no longer threat from Jarvan and Olaf, and while Septed was dancing in the backline with fairly low health members, the base values weren't enough from the tanks in the front line, and thus he was turned on, the team was taken down, and SKT, who were thwarted, who were frustrated for quite a long amount of time, the game was actually in the balance and even post 30 minutes. Finally, through Bang finding a single pick onto the enemy mid laner, got the resources they needed to overcome their poor sieging, sieged down a second turret, found a fight, and from there, took down game 1 in pretty comfortable fashion.
Yeah, good job by Huntara. On his return here to LCK, picks up that win. Fantastic